Hi guys and welcome back to Chickadee Gaming. I'm your host, the mostest Muffa or Bun, and we're on day 9 here of the advent calendar. As I said, we did skip day 7. I believe day 7. And we're back in black or gray technically, and we're building all the standalone housing. Alright, so we're gonna build 4 houses with a 2-block palette. We're going to try, it's gonna be something interesting. First, let's see what we get so it can be interesting. Diorite. Love diorite. Diorite. However you want to pronounce the not marble block. It's pretty. It also looks a little like bird poop. But we can work with it. Wood. Yes. Oh, wood. It's pink. It's pink. It's cherry wood. Okay. White and pink, I can work with that. Very Barbie. Very chic. Very small space to put 4 houses. Very small space to put 4 houses. So we're gonna obviously wipe all these trees away. And I was originally planning to get like a diagonal bridge going on here across the water, but we're going to move that a little bit forward to fit these houses. And I'm going to make a shape. It's basically just a big square with a little square. And I'm going to try and make 4 different houses with the same basic footprint. And that's my goal. 4 very different houses, same basic footprint, same block palette. Alright, so we're gonna do our first one. I think I do end up moving this footprint like a little bit over just to fit all 4 of these here. Because my god, it is ridiculous. And we are rotating it, obviously. Can't have everything facing the same. That's not as fun. Nowhere near as fun. That's just because of all the trapdoors on the library. It's just so hard to get it that close. I believe this is a 7 by I think 13 for the big square, and then a 4 by 3 for the little square. I'm just kind of like bringing that down so I can see where things are. I keep getting distracted by that 1 block of water. I think yep, there it is. I put a drip leaf in it because it was very pretty and very funny to me. Alright, so I pushed this whole thing forward, and I flipped it. This way, it will fit. Alright, we got 2. And I do try to get 1 here, but it just does not want to fit at all. I'm pretty sure I could have gotten it to fit, I'm just too stupid to do so. Just far too stupid to get to fit, and that was too close, and I said, nah. I should have pulled it forward and rotated it, but I'm not that smart. So I went over to this side and I said, fine. We'll put the little square over here. And we'll put this here. And we'll continue building. Yay! And yes, I do the outlines out of diorite just because I can see the white a lot better against the green. A lot of these were built in the middle of the night for me. And I think you'll be able to tell where I'm like, I'm awake now. And I could not get that footprint to fit there, so I actually went behind the library to get this extra footprint. And it is absurdly close. But it works. It's there. It is going to be a very interesting building back there because it's so hilly, but we'll work with it. Alright, first one. Our first little one. I do like having the cherry log pillars. Oh god, the pink is so bright. It is ridiculously bright. And we're just gonna go over here. The flooring is cherry. We will bring the cherry in. This pillager is being annoying, and the phantoms are pushing my poor cameraman around. My poor cameraman. I do fix this part way through the video. We finally go to sleep. I really should just turn the whole server to easy mode, but I think having the enemies around is funny. Just like this pillager that decided he wanted to live here, and I told him no. So we got a stair, because I do want a 2nd floor here. So we've got a little wall, and I've got my outline so I know where the floor stops. I did also do a little room under the staircase like I did before, and I broke that down changed it to stairs so we can do slabs in the middle so that you can also see into here while I'm building. That little room underneath the stairway has a door to the back. We're going to do a small, very small garden attachment, but this room back here is a kitchen. So I think something that all these buildings have, they have a quote-unquote kitchen area with like the iron block fridge, some chests, and a counter, and a bedroom. So a bed with usually a chest somewhere nearby. I think one of them doesn't have any chest storage, but most of them do. Oh, wait, this is going to be a very clean house. Very simple. Support beam pillar. Very nice. I love it. And there's our room built. You know me, I'm having trouble putting barrels down the stairs like I wanted, and not making them look icky. And it was just not vibing. But if you guys remember when we rolled Cherry last year, it was Cherry and Prismarine, so for the first building I'm like, well, we're doing blue accents. Bring back the Prismarine because it looked way better than it should have last time. Pink and blue. And also carpet. Carpet is fantastic to hide lighting in the floor when you don't know where to put lighting. It's a good block. I'm doing the pots and dead bush. I love the pots with pots and dead bush and leaves. I do play with this a bit. I try to put banners up to make it look like a throw curtain. It doesn't look nice, so I end up they're end rods just out of view. And that's like a little beam across the kitchen. And I end up moving that like 3 times. Decorate the kitchen, put some blocks around. A lot of empty space, but a lot of nice empty space. It's feng shui. I think. Who knows? Who heckin' knows these days? I'm not very good at feng shui. We got our big empty room up here. And the kitchen we will not overlap the kitchen. That will be its own little tiny roof with this big room here. And this is going to be one big bedroom. And yeah, I come back because I get angry at it. I like to have the the trapdoors on the outside of the slab, so that I can still put something against that railing if I desire. Where did I go? There I am. I was probably like poking at blocks to get them in my inventory. Alright. This is another weird thing I do. I cover all the corners so that it's easier to figure out where I want to put windows, because I hate having windows right up against the support beam wall. Alright, we got our crafting table. We got our storage. And I'm like, this is very empty. That's a big window. This is very much the first house we're doing here is a very modern style. And you'll agree more probably once you see the roof put in. Because, damn, that roof was something I was not expecting when I did this. I also fight that jukebox. That jukebox and me are not friends. Neither are pots, since you've been able to put stuff into it. And then I found out jukeboxes are deemed directional, not by choice. I don't have a choice which way they face. They face that way and no other way. And there's our light, because I can't put it in the floor because of the slab ceiling. Alright, let's start with this. So we, as I said, I've accepted the fact that everything is gray. I hit my own camera that time. And I do want a sloping roof, but I'm not sure how sloping. And obviously we gotta trim it. It's gotta have a pretty trim. We can't just have a one color. It's not a cottage. With a cottage we could do one color. And then I decided I didn't want the big scale trying to figure it out. I went to the back to figure out how much of a degree I wanted, because it was a smaller scale. It was easy to play with. So, it is a stair, slab, stair, slab, stair, slab. That is the angle that we're going for. I love the little water bridge in the background you can see going to the gardens. It looks so ridiculous. It's just overhanging a bit. It's fine. But a lot of me is, if you ever do a lot of building, if you ever want to get good at building, trust me, you are going to hate everything you build and you are going to rebuild it like 50 times. You don't have a choice. That's just what's gonna happen. I wish the pink was a little bit more Barbie pink and less pale. I love it, but I hate it. It's very pale, it's very pastel-y. It looks really good sometimes, and sometimes I hate it. It's got one of those effects on me. I love it, and then I hate it. It's so fleshy sometimes. Ugh. But yeah, as you see, I stop here. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to just do one angle all the way up or what. Do I want to like have a normal roof where it's just going to start going down now that I've hit the middle, which isn't even the middle, by the way. I'm inside now. I'm playing with the roofing on the inside just so it looks nice. So I'm like, okay, I'll do a flat roof. I like flat roofs. No, that looks stupid. Stupid brain. Let's go play with the garden until I think of this. So I got some farmland, I put some carrots I think in, and I think a beetroot or something. But then I wanted to put a scarecrow. I couldn't remember how scarecrows worked. And then I remembered I'm stupid, and it is a fence post with a hay bale on top and then a head. And fence posts connect to walls and other fence posts, so I had to be in the middle there. It was not a good time. I got working eventually. And then I got some flowers. Those flowers do end up moving after that fence one in to get the pathways in. Alright, back to this roof. So here's where you're gonna see it when I say it looks very modern, because I just kind of went back on the other side on another angle. So we have 3 roofs essentially. Yep, 3 roofs. It's great. I'm still on the fence on if I actually like my roof here, or if I do not like my roof here and I feel like falling with deep sleep because I'm a stupid idiot and I wasn't paying attention. And then I noticed. I think I put the window in and then I noticed. Got like a nice little window there. Looking around, making sure everything's okay. I didn't miss a spot. I think I'd go and fix the water. And here's where I noticed that I'm a stupid idiot. There it is. Not glass. City brain. It's a pink roof. Yay! Pink roof. That's better. Really weird house. Still not sure how I feel about this one, but it was the first of 4. If we go really weird to begin with, we can't go weirder when we don't. Right? Right. On to the second house, I think. Yeah, second house. Too bad I forgot to hit record for the second house. So it's there, you can see it in the corner. Stupid brain. We'll see the second house later on. It's the only 1-story house. The other ones do have 2 stories, technically. Alright, so here's our third house. This is by far my favorite. This is also the one that definitely took me the longest, but it is by far my favorite. So we got stripped cherry wood logs. We've got polished diorite flooring. And we're going for all diorite walls. This one is, as I said, this one by far is my favorite. And I hope you all agree. After, you know what, in the comments down below, let me know which one's your favorite. 1, 2 that was skipped and we only get the tour at the end, 3 or 4. Alright, we got it. Alright. So here we are. We've got our little entrance and a big area. And yes, this one does have pink windows. I tried to do different windows colors for all of them. So I think it's like white, gray, clear, and pink. Alright, so start with the kitchen. We've got a double fridge on this one. I decided to be fancy and we're doing quartz. First one we had an accent of blues. This one we're going for white on pink. We are specifically white on pink with some accents of purple. And I decided to throw in an island. I was deciding on the shape of the island. I wasn't sure if I wanted one of those standing circle islands or a bar, and then I went for the island bar. I don't even think those get called islands anymore when they're just a bar sticking out of the wall. I think they are just called bars. This one's a bit messier. Burn stand, all that. I forgot the oven. I do come back and put the oven in the furnace smoker combo. And I'm also using birch wood, so as I said, very pale, very bright, very, very Barbie. And then I also bring that in. It got me in. I wanted a little bit more space for here at the door. So we got scaffolding, and I'm going to do what we did with the greenhouse and put the trapdoors at the side to make it look pretty. And a chest there to put all your necessities in. Alright. Here's I'm remembering I'm a silly doofus and I forgot to put the furnace in. Some carpets in. And that's down here. Pretty much done. Okay, now for the second floor. This one we were going to do the whole thing. It's got second floor. There's no little second roof. There's no little tiny roof. Everything. It's just the shape. It is the shape all the way up. No, you guys can argue with me all you want. Bamboo and cherry wood go so well together. I love it. It's fantastic. It's pretty. The nice bright yellows of the bamboo go so well. And I do realize that is cherry wood on the outside. I don't realize it now, but I will realize it soon. And I think it's when I actually start working on that little room there. For now, I'm working on this big room. This is going to be like our living room area. We've got a bedroom. We've got a living room up here. We're downstairs. We've got like the dining room, the kitchen. And I did try to put a second bedroom in here because downstairs does look like there's a lot more people living here than just one. But I'm now just assuming it is a couple that really like to throw house parties. I'm going to put a TV on the wall where you can see the quartz sticking out. So that's our little ottoman. And I want to put a fish tank. So you see me playing with sand. I can't remember what sand looks like, so I think I put sandstone down and I'm like, that's not right. No, that is sand that time. I think I just picked up a bunch of sandstone. Okay, so now we got glass. So this whole wall here is going to be our fish tank. And I'm smarter. Last year at the school when we had salmon in there, I messed up and I didn't name the salmon, so they just despawned. This time, I got the anvil out and I just named the whole bucket of fish. So there are, I think, like 7 fish in there, and they're all named fish. And I guess I'm going in to decorate the tank a little bit. It's not a big tank, it's a flat tank. But it's a nice tank. There we go. And yes, I do stick with the pink theme. There is pink coral in there. Gotta have books. Bookshelves are one of my favorite blocks to decorate within houses. And do I only put one bed? I think I only put one bed. It is one guy who just has a lot of space. Only one man lives here. And I build up all the walls. Get some shelving in. Amethyst, and I think I put a dragon's head here. Yeah, dragon's head. This is a nerd. I love him. Winnie, hush. Nobody's there. And yeah, here we go. Here's where I noticed this diorite. Winnie, hush. Come here. Nobody's outside. Nobody's bothering you. Come here, puppy. Alright. As you can see now, we got a much better view of the pink windows. It's so nice in here. It's such a nice building. It has definitely got the most space out of all of them because it's all... The whole footprint is just 2 feet. The whole footprint's 2 feet. No, the whole footprint is 2 floors. Instead of like a little half roof here, 1 floor on the second one. And the fourth one you guys will see is also not the complete footprint all the way up and down. But it's also a nice building. And we're going to keep this, and we're going to do something similar to what we did with the inn for the roof. But that does mean I have to do a lot of math. And by math I mean it's just me paying attention to where I'm placing blocks. Because if I don't, I mess this up. Which I'm really good at that, if anyone has noticed. Really good at messing these kind of things up. There we go, and we got this. And we'll bring it down here on this side. And it matches up. You can kind of see the shape we're going for now. Fill that in with diorite. Kind of make sure this looks nice on the outside and the inside. And start putting in our cherry wood. As I said, we've got 3 very different buildings. All with the same basic palette. Cherry wood and diorite. Again, I'm trying to put a support beam in the roof here and I'm just not happy with it. And then eventually I line it up with the support beam that's already there. And yes, I have a log of cherry right up against it. And that's where I moved my lantern to that was sitting on the crafting table by the TV stand. I messed that up. You know what? It still looks nice in the end. We're not going to question that I messed that up. That top one on this roof should be a deep slate stair bricks as well. Like how we got the top of the frame. That should be the top of the frame on this little roof as well. Oh well, it looks nice. Look how nice that is. After I figure out how stairs work again. We got that nice cut. I'm now coming around the sides. Oh, you might have also noticed we did put in some of the pathways when we did the second build. I said I forgot to put record. When we're coming around the sides, around the back, we're putting in where the floor is, essentially for the second floor, an upside down stair, so you have this nice cut. And I'm making sure the back of the stair is facing the log so you don't have that little sliver of cherrywood log peeking through and it looks a little funky sometimes. I did have it and I changed it because it looked way too funky. I wasn't happy with it. I believe we'll come back around later. There's a flower box on the back. Just making sure I've got all this. We're doing this again higher up. I think where the roofs, the lip of the roof is, we're doing another little edge of stairs where you can see it. There we go. That's our second house. This is my favorite. Now for this house. And I'm bringing more of the pathway up because we're going to have the door on the second floor on this one. And again, making sure here the accent's going to be a lot of spruce. Probably one of the older buildings, in my opinion, to what's here, where the walls are cherry wood. Hello, Piglin. You walked pretty far away from that portal, I noticed. Like went around the back of the library. Gotta make sure all these walls are pink. Pink wash for you. Everybody here likes pink. Well, everything's so bland and gray almost all the time, and then in this little corner by spawn, everything is pink. It's called We Found the Cherry Blossom biome immediately, and everything became pink. And me doing this, you see me go around in a second. I managed to keep that little drip leaf one puddle there, but when I did that, when I filled in all that wood, it took the drip leaf away, and I'm so upset. Here's where I noticed I go down. I'm like, oh no, my drip leaf. And I got depressed. But yeah, so you see, we're starting on the second floor. We're even going to start our building here on the second floor. Where we have our hallway off the side. Our entrance is going to be on the side here with more dark oak. This is going to be the least pink. Even the main walls are pink. It's going to be the farthest away from our palette, having a lot of natural wood colors. I say that pink is still technically a natural wood color being cherry, but it is going to be our most brown building. Hello? Mr. Squid, are you okay? But yeah, so we're going to have this big open area here up front. That's going to just be one balcony. We're going to have a nice balcony up there. We've got a big second floor, big basement I guess would be the correct word. And yes, I'm using these slabs to help me place those. Got this big balcony. We've got this little second floor and this big basement. And I'm actually using walls to bring in more diorite. I thought the pink was getting too much here. If I used a diorite building, I might have used the fences, but the walls just matched a little bit better. And yes, I played around with spacing. I wanted these long chairs with the table, and getting them to fit was a pain in the ass. But it fit. Yay! We got some podzol. We're going to bring more of the pink in again with the trapdoors against the podzol, because that just looks nice. I just think it looks neat. I should have put a spore blossom on this build. We got a couch and a bookshelf here against the back. And I just also decided to make this little upstairs right in the entry like a little office. But because this is against a wall and not an open space like the reception, I cannot do my laptop. So I decided to be mean and put a lotus stone with a trapdoor. Or not a trapdoor, item free. Because, man, if we hit that lodestone, that's going to explode later. That's going to be fun. Right, there we go. Here's our clear glass building. I do love how with Essentials, since both my camera account and me have this, my ears actually like twitch. And I'm trying, I didn't know what to do for a roof for a hot minute. I wanted to do more gray, but I didn't want to do more deep slate. So I decided to go with cobblestone here. And since this one looks like the oldest building, it's pretty close to the water, I brought in some mossy close to the water. And I also used lichen and moss to stop the spawning. To make it look like, yeah, this building's kind of overgrown. So this is now our old building. It's a little bit wrecked and it's a little bit in disrepair. And then I realized I wanted this. I had the fence post set up for it. That's what that fence post is for. And I had it too low though. But no, alright, we're down on the second floor. We've got our big room and the little room which I block off. That's our bedroom. We'll look at that later. I wish I made that little room just like, it's a 3x5 instead of a 3x4. Like I wish I swapped it. But oh well, it's done, it's done. And we worked with it pretty well in my opinion. I think I did a good job with the footprint I gave myself, which is just 2 basic squares. In this one we got a fridge and a deep freeze. I was trying to make the kitchens look different, and I'm like, wait a minute. I can make a deep freezer. I could not put a lever on this cauldron though, because, well, I put a trapdoor beside it. And I wanted a longer table. As you can see with this one, we're using just straight up stone for our tables. And I'm making it look a little bit disrepaired. Like really disrepaired. I've got the dead bushes, with some of them don't have leaves, to make it look like this building's maybe a little bit older, well kept. I put a block of leaves on the floor to make it look like the leaves are actually just piled up on the ground. I stopped. It worked. Fill in that hole now that I can move. And here's our little yard. I decided to go with the disrepair look. Maybe the guy here that lives here is old and can not upkeep it as well as he should. He's got a little bit of it done. Anyway, on to the pathways. As I said, I started them. We are now going over and finishing them. And I broke the door earlier, so I wouldn't fix it. But yeah, that second building is getting hugged, and you can also see on the left where I brought the road up, that's going to be our diagonal bridge. It's going to go probably where the willow is where it will connect, to bring us to the rest of the mainland, as well as connect to the community garden. Got our lamps in, and you can see the piece of glass is on the floor. It looks like a big purple stripe. Nope, that is the piece of glass from the sword, because that's where the camera is. And throw our lilacs in, because I just really like lilacs. That's just going to be the theme. We're going to keep those around. and make sure we have enough lighting. Alright, that's it. That's our 4 standalone buildings. Same basic footprint. 4 very different buildings. And I think they all look very good. Again, number 3 is definitely my favorite. 2 is also a really nice one. We'll get to see more of that in a second. 1 is my least favorite. I think it's the roof. I'm still not sure how I like the roof or not. And I did it. But anyway, inside, fantastic. I love the inside of this one. The Prismarine, we've got the end rod curtain. It's really nice in here. Our little basement suite. You can see I took the flowers away and shortened this one. Our little scarecrow. Let's head upstairs. And you can see that angle of the roof now really well inside because it's really short, and then you've got a lot of space for this big bedroom. And it is nice inside. I like the inside. It's the outside roof I don't know how I feel about. That view's gonna get ruined when I put that bridge in. So this one, I like the inside. I don't know how I feel about the roof. Alright, on to number 2 over here. This one's very strange, as you can see. One building, 1 floor. I blacked out a lot of it. It is very open concept, but where the person clearly does not want the light to come in. Just a tiny little room. Everything is opened. No real doors. It's a nice building. My favorite. Come in here. We've got our lovely little kitchen. And we go upstairs, and we've got our lovely living room area with our fish tank. We get a better view of this fish tank now. Like, look how nice that is. And our bedroom. I think it's just really nice in here. It's cluttered, but not too cluttered, and it makes me happy. Alright. 4th building. Very flat, man. I didn't notice how flat it was until now. Come into our little office. You've got your pebbled popcorn ceiling. Our lovely little balcony. It's got a nice view. Right over the water. And then down into the basement, which is in a little bit of disrepair. We do have that decrease, as I said. We've got this tiny little bedroom. Very cute. Very nice. Very quaint. And as I said, Love Creek's not as good as it used to be. The person who lives here has probably either gotten old or just doesn't have time to upkeep it. No shame here. And there we go. Our 4 buildings, our 4 little standalones. My little Lima Valley at the back there and that little flower box. We get a better look at all the angles. I'm trying to go around each one and show it more. All the places that are sticking into the water, I tried to bring them down so that they are definitely level. As I said, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this one still. It's my least favorite of the 4. This one might actually be my least favorite so far. Who knows? But that is our build so far. Originally my plan was to go across where that bridge was going to be, but actually, because there's nothing over here, we're going to go over here. We're going to actually go beside the library. Right over there. Excellent. Yes, right there beside the library. Where this Enderman is. And until then, we'll see you tomorrow for more Advent Calendar Minecraft. Bye-bye, folks.